and keep it a 4-0 game in field hockey, and really surprised everybody across the state last year with their performance. The Bulldogs have lost several key players from last year. Every single one of them had quite the role, starting with Maddie Kiley. Maddie Kiley was 4-year forward, just a spectacular offensive player with great speed and a great shot. She's off to Bucknell to play college lacrosse. Then we lost Amelia McDonald. Amelia McDonald was the mainstay, as you remember, Bill, of this Bedford Bulldog team and Bedford Bulldog defense. She did everything. She played defense. She could run the ball up the field. She could shoot on corners. She could insert. She was a great leader, great captain. She has, based on that skill and talent, she is at Ithaca College, and she's playing field hockey there for Ithaca.
And your broadcast buddy,
that's right,
Pete McDonald, was her dad, and even though he's moved, he's gone up north, he's going to be joining you a couple of times.
I certainly hope so, because we don't want Pete McDonald in full retirement. We need him back here, and that has nothing to do with you.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. You know, if you don't mind me interjecting here for a second, and I just want to kind of, for those that are listening at home, again, we apologize. I mean, just before we went out in the half, we did have a drop again. So we'll fix these things. This is our first time doing it, but I want to remind folks or anybody that's tuning in, this is the high school's huddle camera. It's here year-round, and it's managed by the school. So it's not one of our cameras. We're using their network. You'll see, if you're used to BCTV's broadcast, you'll see one, if not two cameras. You'll see close-ups moving closer into the field of action, and you'll see replays. Here you have a single huddle camera that just, based on the software, just can kind of follow the play. It's further out than what you might be used to, but it's something that we're trying to give as we are kind of at BCTV. We're all faced with some fiscal challenges. We're financed, or we operate on franchise fees, and we have to look for alternative ways of controlling costs, and we do some underwriting, and and if you mind right now, I'd like to thank our underwriters that help support BCTV to bring you Bulldog Sports. These are underwriters that are helping Bedford Community Television so that we can give you sports on your Xfinity Comcast channels on channels 8 and 1072, but also streaming on 8 and 1072. We also have a BCTV mobile app. You can watch these games through your iPhone or your Android, and through your streaming channels on Roku. If I'm saying that right, Roku, yeah, I'd say it. And Amazon Fire and Apple TV. And I want to thank those underwriters that have been with us right from the beginning. We just started this in 2025 for BHS Sports. And that's Primary Bank and the crew over there with Crystal Dion and some of their officers that are just great supporters of BCTV. And Interim Healthcare, Rick Peterson and Wicks Insurance, Kurt Wicks, Nelson Realty. That's with Kristen Nelson, and she is quite the kick. And we also have Great New Hampshire Restaurants with Copper Door and T-Bones. And basically, the package is $5,000 with all the radio and recognition for about 45 live events, rebroadcasts, streaming all over the place. And I'm told that all our underwriters just shake their head and sometimes say you should be charging more. No, we're not going to do that. Good news is that we do have an opening for a sixth representative for next season sports in 2026. And one nice thing about this, if you heard me talk about the underwriters, they're industry specific. So with Primary Bank, there isn't another bank competing. So that being said, that was my quick, long-winded way of saying we can't bring you this stuff unless we have our underwriter support. So that's what we have, Scott. And by the way, Scott's a volunteer. He knows this inside and out, this sport. We are looking for people to do color and work with guys like Scott or Corey Munstertag, Harry Kozlowski. Believe me, it's easy when you have a play-by-play broadcaster like Scott O'Donnell I can just listen to him and have to remind myself I have a headset on. So that's my long-winded message. And again, thank you for tuning in and watching this new experiment that we have working with the school district to use their huddle camera to bring Scott O'Donnell's play-by-play broadcast into your home.
Well, thank you, Bill, for the kind words, and we are thrilled to be back here with the field hockey season underway. And here we go into the second half, start of the third quarter, as Montagano sends it up across the 50. Ella Putney charging up the field, gains the 25, chips it up over the defender's stick, and it's going to be a free hit for Bedford at about the 25-yard line. Montagano will take it at the 20. She's looking for a lane. Decides to just take it, split the D, goes up across the 10, sends it towards the circle. O'Donnell tries to attack it, but cleared nicely there by the Guertin defender, Harrington. And ball comes all the way back out. Ray on the 40. She 360s, pushes it in, finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell gets bumped. There's going to be a free hit for the Bulldogs back about the 25-yard line. Montagano will take it. Montagano moves it up across the 20. She's looking for an opening. She's trying to get to the circle. Goes backwards. Spins. Grace Wolf takes a shot at it. Doesn't get all of it. And it's going to be a free hit going back the Cardinals' way. Ball sent up the field, knocked down there by Hodgson-Rogers. She works to the 30, collides with Dodona. Dodona goes down, but they're going to call a foul on Dodona for that play, and ball goes back to Ray. Ray to Elaine. Elaine loses a grip on the ball, and that ball works its way all the way down across the 30. As the Guertin offense is really charging after that ball. Bedford turns, spins back up the field, finds Ella Putney. Ella Putney at the 20, tries to find O'Donnell, gets to O'Donnell. O'Donnell goes backhand, sweeps it over to Montagano. Ball pops up in the air. O'Donnell comes down with it. She gets knocked over by Harrington. Referee's going to let that one go. Montagano stick handles through two defenders. She's looking for a lane, trying to find her spot, and she's going to be able to draw a penalty on the Cardinal defender just inside the circle, and that'll be a free corner for the Bedford Bulldogs. Just about 12 minutes left in the clock, third quarter. Bedford Bulldogs up 4-0 over the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Senior captain Mia Catane will take the insert from the baseline, waiting on the referee's signal as the Cardinal defenders get their masks on to protect themselves and get set. Catane ready. Referee gives the whistle, comes up top, fake by O'Donnell to Montagano. Montagano wrists towards the goal. Nice save there by Saturn. Ball gets worked back in, but cleared by Harrington all the way back up to the 35. Up across the 40, Elaine knocked down again by Bishop Guertin as they win the ball. Yukabov, she tries to get it past Hodgson-Rogers, but she knocks it down. Ball goes out of bounds at about the 45. It's going to be Cardinal ball, side in. Harrington takes it. She's pulling the lift off, gets it upfield. Montagano knocks it down at the 40. Heads up, looks, tries to go across the field to Grace Wolf. Grace Wolf comes back and gets it. Just can't get it up across the 45. Montagano gathers it back up, finds a lane, sends it up to Putney all the way up to the 20. Putney chips it over the defender. Gives it to Vi Hodgson-Rogers. She sends it into the circle. Lenti scoops it up. She's looking for room. She goes backhand, trying to find O'Donnell. O'Donnell spinning in traffic, trying to get a shot off, gets bumped. And she's going to draw another penalty, or foul, I should say, on the Cardinal defenders. And the Bulldogs are going to get another opportunity at a corner.
Scott, what were you saying about Bedford? Are they the favorites to take it home this year?
They are ranked in the preseason 2025 New Hampshire High School Sports Poll. They are ranked number 1. It's a preseason coaches poll.
Yep.
So, we'll see how that plays out. Certainly nice to be acknowledged and respected in that manner. So, there's a lot of seniors here on this team. 15, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Bill, as Guertin sends it up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell with a straight shot. That ball gets deflected up and over another stick, and that's good for a field goal here at Bedford Football Stadium. As the kids affectionately like to call it, the boneyard, right? So we've seen some really interesting plays. We've seen Montagano lifting the ball up over the goalie. O'Donnell with the big reverse backhand rip, and then now we have a field goal. So still 4-0. The Cardinals have really settled this game down. You got to give them credit for the fact that they have just been tenacious and really tried to stick with it and build some momentum here. But the Bulldogs just keep attacking, and Guertin has stood up. They've slowed them down. The Bishop Guertin goalie, in particular, Ayla Saturn has done an incredible job slowing the Bulldogs down as well. And Hodgson Rogers works to the 10, tries to cross it, doesn't, but lifts it into the defender's feet. Referee went to call it, but let the play go on, and is now going to call a free hit for Montagano. Montagano, beautiful stick work. She gets knocked hard by Dumont and goes down. Go full body check there, but that's going to draw another corner as Montagano is one tough customer. She jumps right back up, and she's ready to go, going up to the back of the top of the circle. As the three captains get ready to work their magic again. Guertin on the goal line. And she inserts. It comes up top to O'Donnell. She looks for space. Slides it to Wolf. Grace Wolf. Nicely defended there by Harrington from the Cardinals as she came out very aggressively to stop that play from developing. Nicely done there. And that'll be Cardinals ball from the 16. Dumont. O'Donnell steals it. Looks for room. Finds a lane. Goes to take a shot. And referee's going to call another corner as O'Donnell went to take a shot and it hit the foot of Harrington. And Harrington also got a little physical on that as well, as Guertin's just trying to do what they can to slow down this offensive onslaught here. Guertin on the goal line. Third quarter, Bulldogs up 4-0. Just about 6:30 left on the clock. Guertin inserts. Gets it to O'Donnell. O'Donnell finds Ella Putney trying to get her down low, but the ball is just out of reach, and ball goes out of bounds. And the Cardinals will have it at the 16. BG tries to get it out. A lane for the Bulldogs, sends it back in, trying to find Montagano. Montagano gets knocked down again by Dumont, who's played quite the game here. She's all over the field, really trying to make plays. Putney shoots towards the net. Ball goes in. I think that's a goal. Not sure who got that, if that was Putney's goal or if Lenti was able to get to that before it crossed over the goal line. I think it was Mary Lenti, sophomore, poking that ball across the goal line. And it is Lenti with her second goal of the game. She scoops up the rebound after Ella Putney drove the ball towards the net. Goalie slowed the ball down. It laid there on the goal line, and Lenti was able to get in there and poke it in. 5-0 Bulldogs. O'Donnell steals it at about the 50. Kosterman had bumped into her, so it's going to be a free hit for the Bulldogs. They play the safe game and go with control. Guertin tries to switch fields quickly. Over to Carly Hodgson-Rogers. Hodgson-Rogers stick handles around Dodona. She comes up the field, tries to go far sideline. Wasn't enough on that ball to get to Widener. And back come the Cardinals. Green, trying to move the ball up, is able to draw a penalty on the Bulldogs. Green again. Finds Dodona. Dodona up across the 10 into the shooter circle. Ray bumps into her, and the Cardinals are going to get their first corner of the game as Addie Dodona worked in, just battling to get that ball into the shooter circle. Was able to draw the penalty to her credit. Nicely done there by Dodona. Got a 5-0 game here. Bedford Bulldogs on top. Guertin's going to inbound on the corner. Harrington up top to Dodona. Dodona risks one at the net. Shot, score! Addie Dodona has answered for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals as she puts it in the back of the net with a beautiful push shot.
Well, that put a smile on their face.
It certainly does, and to their credit, they have certainly worked hard to stay in this game, Bill. They have not given up one bit as they continue to try and press, get the ball out of their zone, and get it up into the Bedford zone, and they've done that, and they earned themselves a corner after Dodona worked that shooter circle and really, took it upon herself to get by 3 different players, and she did that. And then drew the corner, and off the corner was able to make a beautiful wrist shot to get into the back of the net. So we have a 5-1 game, third quarter, 3:43 left on the clock as Guertin is back in this and showing some signs of life.
That's good coaching to have them keep their heads in the game. I mean, they're always, even in a loss, and this game's far from over, it's what you learn. As you said, Scott, it's at the beginning of the season, so when these teams meet again, could be completely different.
Yeah, and anything can happen. I mean, you've got some talented players out here, starting with the goalie. So Ayla Saturn, like I said earlier in the broadcast, National Field Hockey Coaches Association players to watch as Dodona comes flying back up the field. Beautiful defensive play by Carly Hodgson-Rogers as she stopped Dodona in her tracks and sent the ball out the far sideline. Nicely done there by Hodgson-Rogers.
How many girls on the field right now are going to go to D1 lacrosse?
Lacrosse? I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm getting my lacrosse. Field hockey.
A few. So
Okay.
But several are going to play college as O'Donnell works her way into the circle with speed, but she crashes into number 5, Grace Spengler, as she cleared it. And Montagano tries to pick it up. She gets bodied as well and goes down. Game's certainly gotten awfully physical as Elaine chips it around the defender, trying to find O'Donnell. O'Donnell reaches for it, just can't get to it. Hodgson-Rogers tries a spin-around shot. They're going to call a dangerous stick on that as she came up high on the follow-through. Montagano knocks it down, finds Ella Putney. Ella Putney spins with it. She's looking for an opening. She stick handles around the defender, sends it into O'Donnell. O'Donnell looking for space, has it, shot, on net, knocked down beautifully by number 8, Ava Brennan, as she stopped that ball from getting through. O'Donnell gets it back on the reverse, hits the post off a quick reverse as she unleashed that thing. It bounced, hit the post, and came down. And the way the night's going for Mary Lenti, I'm surprised she wasn't right there and tagged that in as well. She's had one heck of a game as the Bedford Bulldogs have just continued to show off their offensive firepower.
Is the BG defense forcing the Bedford team to shoot more from the further out as opposed to
They certainly seem to be pressing them. They're a lot more physical this quarter as the ball comes back into the shooter circle. Putney has it. They're going to call a corner on that as the ball got deflected up and hit the leg of a Guertin defender. So third quarter, Bedford Bulldogs up 5-1 over the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Season opener for the Bulldogs here. We're in the third quarter, just about a minute left on the clock as the BG defenders are getting set with their masks. Referee will give the call when they feel it's appropriate to restart. Clock will continue to run, however. Mia Guertin sends it in. Referee is going to call Dumont for an infraction out of the defensive end. That's going to send her all the way back to the 50. This is a huge advantage for the Bulldogs. Only 3 defenders. And again, another defender, Harrington, left too early. Now there's only going to be 2 Bishop Guertin defenders on this corner. 20 seconds on the clock. Guertin sets, sends it up top to O'Donnell. Looking for an opening. Passes it over to Vi, Hodgson Rogers, who sets it. O'Donnell scoops it, shoots, and she scores off a wrist shot.
Oh, it's just
big
inside
forehand
the net.
shot as she drills that home for her third goal of the night. And that's a hat trick for Tegan O'Donnell.
It's a familiar name.
6-1 on the board for the Bedford Bulldogs as we finish the third quarter. And don't blink, Bill, because the Bedford Bulldogs offense might get the ball and put it in the back of the net.
I know. Still working on a couple of the production stuff here. We hope it's transparent to everybody, but I'm spending more time on the computer here, Scott, letting you do your thing. But making notes to make sure that if this won't happen again. But we're dependent on the school network. But I'm not throwing them under the bus.
No.
Not me.
No. Well, we appreciate everything that the Bedford School District does for the kids in their sports, and in particular, Athletic Director Corey Parker here, one of the best in the state, if not the best. We really appreciate how committed he is, the extra hours he spends here supporting these kids and being a fan of these kids.
Right.
It speaks volumes, so we appreciate that. But here we are, and like I was mentioning before the other half, we didn't have a chance to really get to it because of technical difficulty, but if you're looking at last season, 13-4-1 were your Bedford Bulldogs, lost in the quarterfinals to Exeter, 6th place in the regular season, but lost some key players. Maddie Kiley went off as a senior. She's at Bucknell University playing lacrosse. Amelia McDonald, who I said mainstay of the Bulldog team the last couple of years. She's off to Ithaca College playing college field hockey. Brooke Poirier, another standout here on defense. She was just so solid. Could run with the ball and stick handle like you'd never seen. Was really, really just a very talented player. And goalie, two-time varsity goalie, Addie Wolfinger, who was a great goalie for the Bulldogs. She's moved on. So we certainly, the Bulldogs have certainly lost some talented players, only to be replaced by even more talent. 15 seniors, and the National Field Hockey Coaches Association has also named a couple players to watch on the Bedford Bulldogs side of the field. And that's Eloise Montagano, senior captain, midfielder, Mia Guertin, senior captain, defender, Tegan O'Donnell, senior captain, forward, attack, and Mary Lenti, returning as a sophomore, and she was amazing as a freshman last year. She scored a ton of goals, was really a bright spot, and really showed, the future of the Bedford field hockey program as she came onto the scene last year. Just a great player, great hustle, and by the way, another great lacrosse player, Mary Lenti is.
Seems that have that connection. How many of these young ladies have you coached?
Pretty much most of them.
There you
So
go.
I would say probably about 80% of them. You know, some of the girls aren't able to play summer field hockey because of commitments with lacrosse and club lacrosse. But we're just coming off as well, Bill, the Jamboree. So this is Bedford's season opener game here tonight. However, the Jamboree was really the warm-up, right, for the regular season. The Bulldogs played 4 games at the Jamboree at Souhegan High School on August 23rd. They went 4-0. So they beat Merrimack, Souhegan, Nashua South, and Conval, with goals from Tegan O'Donnell, Ella Putney, Mary Lenti, Grace Wolf, and Mia Catane. So, certainly played, a nice warm-up to get started in the season. Everybody got to play. Everybody got to contribute. It was great to see out there. And we'll see how the season develops, again, under Kate Gaudreau, head coach of the Bulldogs, her second year as the head coach. And certainly knows the game and certainly has a strategy and recipe for winning, as she's shown over the last couple of years. I know all the girls really love her, and she's really just a wonderful human being and a great mentor to these kids out here. So it's really nice to see as play is back underway and Guertin is scrambling for it. Once again, Dodona working really hard down there to win the ball. But that one went off her foot, and it's going to go back the other way.
Well, who do you see as their biggest challenge?
I'd say it's probably a split between Pinkerton, Exeter. Those are the big schools. Dover is always tough. And Keene and Winnicott, again, are going to be solid. But Pinkerton is sneaky good. They're very deep. As O'Donnell tries to one-hand it up across the 30. Nicely defended there by the Cardinal defender as she sent it back the other way. Catane has it. She spins, tries to get it up the field, but that ball goes back. And I apologize for those of you at home. I just can't see the number off that defender's jersey.
Yeah. Number 11.
Okay, Kosterman. And number 16, Kapala, who made that last play. Fourth quarter, Bedford up 6-1. Catane finds a lane nicely, finds Vi Hodgson Rogers. She chips it up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell tries to advance it. It goes off the foot of number 11, Olivia Kosterman. But the referee's going to call it back the other way. That's going to be Cardinals' ball. They tried to send it upfield. Hodgson Rogers gets it. She tries to backhand, knocked down again as the ball goes back and forth across the 50. Catane. Nice pass right on the stick of Vi Hodgson Rogers as she pirouettes out of harm's way. Sends the ball upfield. O'Donnell tries to chip it up. Just doesn't get all of it. Nicely defended there by Harrington as she tries to come back the other way. That ball will come back to the 25. Lola Dumont. She'll send it up the field. Grace Wolf knocks it down for the Bulldogs. She tries to advance it. Harrington again. Knocks the ball down and slows her down, but draws a foul. Montagano back to Grace Wolf. Wolf finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell, nice defensive play by Harrington as she charged out and knocked the ball off O'Donnell's stick before she could wind up. And once again, Montagano, beautiful stick work as she sends it near corner, just out of the reach of Vi Hodgson Rogers. Just under 11:30 on the clock, fourth quarter. Ball comes back into the shooter circle. Cleared there by Harrington, knocked down by Elaine, and ball comes back up the field. Dodona with some room, up across the 50. She has speed, stick handles around Hodgson Rogers, but there's Catane to scoop it up, bring it back the other way. She tries to send it upfield, doesn't get all of it as that ball goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a Cardinal side in. Number 7, Carly Green for the Cardinals. Carly's a senior captain. She tries to go near sideline. Ball goes out of bounds. Carly Green, Addison, and Dodona are captains here for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. And Catane will have a free hit. Tries to lift it, doesn't get much of it. Ball goes up and comes right back down. And back out of bounds. 10 minutes left. Bedford Bulldogs in control here with a 6-1 lead over the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Ball comes up to the 25. O'Donnell goes after it. Carly Green hooks O'Donnell's stick, but they call it in the Bulldogs' favor. So O'Donnell sends it up to Putney. Putney chips it over the top of the defender's stick, trying to get around Kapala. Harrington again with a big body into Putney. Been doing that a lot here the last couple quarters. Waiting for the referee to probably call a call on that.
I thought she was a little tighter at the referee the first half. She called a couple of quick calls on the body. And
right.
Now it seems to be letting them play through it now.
Yeah. Dodona steals the ball. Gets up across half field. She tries to send it down and chase it, but Elaine is there. Elaine sends it to Hodgson Rogers. Carly Hodgson Rogers, beautiful stick work as she comes up across the 30. She air dribbles a bit, gets up across the 40. She's trying to find an opening. And referee's going to blow the whistle and call a foul on Guertin. And Vi Hodgson Robbers will have it. Hodgson Rogers sends it upfield. Harrington intercepts. She goes back up across the 50 with it. And up comes Montagano. She darts across the 50. Finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell up across the 30. Stick handles through the defender. She's looking for an opening. Rips a shot. Beautiful pad save by Saturn. O'Donnell stick handles back into the circle. Goes backhand. Ball comes up in the air. Referee is going to call a dangerous on that. What a beautiful save by the Bishop Guertin goalie on a well-struck ball. Vi Hodgson Rogers works back towards the 20. That ball's knocked down there, but they're going to call another foul on Dumont. Just under 8 minutes left, fourth quarter, season opener. Bulldogs up 6-1. Hodgson Rogers just sends it in towards the net. Ball gets knocked down. Lenty's looking for it. Putney finds it. She risks it towards the net. Knocked down and defended there nicely by Ava Brennan. As she's done that like 3 times tonight, Bill, where she's knocked the ball down before it's gotten on net. You know, playing some really nice defense. Hodgson Rogers tries to advance it. O'Donnell up against Harrington. Trying to find a lane.
Still very impressed with the passing of the Bedford Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job spreading out, moving the ball around.
And it's getting to know your teammates, knowing where they are, where they're set, what their mannerisms are, who has what skills, etc.
That's right. Harrington lifts it way up in the air. Eloise Montagano gets it, tries to find Putney, but that goes out of bounds again. .6:30 on the clock, fourth quarter. Harrington knocked down again by Montagano. She controls it, finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell looking for space, rips another one just wide to the right. As she just didn't get that on net, but certainly got a hold of it. Up comes Harrington. O'Donnell jabs at it, knocks it down. They're going to call a foul. Harrington has it again, tries to send it. O'Donnell knocks it down again. Wolf tries to advance it, can't. Harrington steps up to try and get it out of their zone. And Montagano scoops it back up. She's dangling around, finds O'Donnell with space. O'Donnell spinning, trying to get away from the defender. And they're going to call a foul on the Cardinals there. Another body call. Montagano looks for space, lays it out nicely. Grace Wolf sends it in the circle. O'Donnell reaches for it, just can't get to it. Montagano gets it back. She stick handles to room, goes to backhand reverse, but nicely defended there by the Cardinals as they're able to clear it out the other way. Dodona gives chase, trying to get it from Anna Ray. Can't. Ball goes back to the 40. Guertin has it from the 45 and the 50. She sends it near sideline. Catches Vi Hodgson Rogers as she goes towards the net. Finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell moves to the backhand. Goes, rips one. Beautiful save by Saturn. And that's going to be a free hit going back out the other way. But Montagano knocks it back down again. Stick handles through traffic. She's looking for a lane. She goes backhand.
Ooh.
Finds Putney on the low post. Putney scoops it up and puts it in the back of the net. We have a 7-1 field hockey game as Ella Putney, off the beautiful pass from Eloise Montagano right there on the doorstep, is able to scoop it in. Nice play there.
It's outstanding how she found that lane to get it over to what was her name again?
Ella Putney.
Ella Putney, and she stopped that ball, laying the stick down, got control of it, and got it in.
Beautiful, beautiful play by Montagano. She's just a wizard out there. She's stick handling around people. And again, Ella Putney and Mary Lenti up front, they're just waiting to pounce on the ball. They've done such a great job, playing those two posts, looking for rebounds, and just really executing on those rebounds.
It takes a tremendous amount of, hand-eye coordination. I mean, it is a game that requires a lot of skills.
It certainly does, as Dodona for the Cardinals comes back out the other way. She sends it up towards the net, but ball goes wide of the goal mouth to the left side of the net, and that's going to be a free hit from the 16 for the Bulldogs. Guertin tries to send it upfield. Montagano gets it. She goes backhand. Up comes Dumont. Charges up the field, trying to find Dodona. Gives it another attempt. Dodona spins, sends it in towards the goal. Guertin clears it up. Hodgson Rogers has it. Bounces off O'Donnell's leg. And that's going to be a free hit for the Cardinals about the 20-yard line. Just under 3 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Bulldogs in control, the 7-1 lead. And Dumont will take the side in. The free hit. Referee is moving her to the 20. Dumont sends it in. Montagano's there. Clears it out of the circle. Ball goes back and forth. Carly Green tried to air dribble. Now she's stick handling, looking for room. Green spins, tries to get it towards the net. Ball goes out of bounds. And that's going to be Bedford Bulldogs ball from the 16. Just under 2 minutes left. Montagano has it. She goes far side, finds Grace Wolf. Grace Wolf from the 35, sends it upfield. Trying to get Lenti. Widener swipes it as well. Green gets it back for Guertin. She sends it up the field. Referee's going to blow the play dead for a second here. And referee called a whistle. And ball goes over to Ray. Ray, far side, finds Grace Wolf. Grace Wolf spins, sends it up to Lenti. Lenti charges up across the 30 and the 20. She's looking for room. Tries to get it to O'Donnell as a last-ditch effort, but ball got chipped off of Lenti's stick and came back out. Scooped back up by Widener into Grace Wolf. Grace Wolf looking for a lane. Can't get there as the ball's knocked down again by Dumont. Widener finds Montagano. Montagano quickly attacked by Dumont as she tries to move the body away. And the referee is going to call a penalty there. And a time out, I think based on an injury maybe here, as Harrington goes off the sideline. Hope she's okay. And referee continues play as Guertin has made a sub for Harrington.
So the girls do not wear any eye protection.
No, just on the corners the defenders do. As Montagano lifts it real high, down low. Lenti gets to it on the baseline, goes around the defender, looks for room, takes a shot, hits the side of the net.
get the ball on the net. Something can always happen.
That's right. Balls to the net. It's about 30 seconds left in the game. Dumont tries to clear. Montagano once again knocks it down, comes back the other way, draws a penalty on the Guertin defender. Starts a stick handle, looking for room. Tries to send into the circle. Montagano gets a quick call, gets the ball back, sets quickly, goes 5 yards, has to go 5 yards after that. Lifts in towards Lenti. Lenti goes for it, and the Bulldogs are going to get one more corner. And for those of you at home, the game clock has expired. However, in the game of field hockey, it does not matter. If you draw a penalty or a corner, you get the free insert, and the referee is just going to call the game. So typically they would still execute the corner, but the referee is making the call. That will be the end of our game, as the Lady Bulldogs have come out here on the season opener against the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, and they have certainly set the tone for the season with a 7-1 victory here at home to get their season started, Bill.
It is impressive. I've gotten to know field hockey a little bit better over the years. It wasn't one of our primary sports that we covered. We were with the traditional, the football, soccer, both boys and girls, etc. And then you and Pete came along, and then we started to put the headsets on, and we all started to recognize, wow, these young ladies are quite the athletes. Again, as you're mentioning, hand and eye coordination, how to handle the stick, where to position, running. It's phenomenal. And I think it's a sport that, and I can't say it, but it's not underrated with you. It can be underrated in the world of sports because it's always the soccers, it's always the baseball and the football. I would tell anybody to take the time to watch this, and if you're watching it for the first time, I just marvel at the amount of information that you have, because you're educating the people out there and you know how to analyze all this. I can't thank you enough for being part of the broadcast
to
make this a wonderful evening to watch Bedford High School Bulldogs with a 7-1 victory over one of their biggest rivals, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals.
It certainly is.
It's been great working with you on this.
And you as well, Bill. Thank you.
Did you want to do a recap, or are you good to go?
No, I think we're good. Do you want to mention our sponsors one more time?
Yeah, one more time. And again, thank you, Scott, for being a wonderful play-by-play guy. I would first of all do two things. Anybody that would like to become a color analyst or play-by-play, please get a hold of us at Bedford Community Television, bctv at bedfordnh.org. If you know the game, it's certainly going to help. If you're not, you can learn on the fly, and we've got great people that can help you through it. Yes, let's thank our underwriters. I want to thank Primary Bank. I want to thank the Wicks Insurance Company. I want to thank Interim Health. I want to thank Kristen Nelson and Nelson Realty. Thank you very much, Kristen. And, of course, the Copper Door and T-Bones, New Hampshire, great restaurants. Without their support, we could not bring you BCTV, the kind of action you saw tonight, and we hope you continue to support BCTV and WBNH Radio 105.1 FM. So, Scott, what a great job this evening. I can't thank you enough. Any final last words?
No, thank you, everybody. We hope to see you here next. We're probably Monday, the 8th. We're hoping to broadcast. We do have a game Saturday. And if we're lucky enough, we'll be up and running on Saturday as well. That's a morning game. I think it's a 10 o'clock
If you can
start.
do that, that's great. I would say that it's still lake weekend for some of us. But I will also say that, Pete Johnson, if you were watching this game today, we could use your help on Monday because Scott has a commitment. So the final score here from the Boneyard now, as Scott tells me the students are calling this the Boneyard, not BHS Bulldog Stadium. The final score was Bedford 7 and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals 1. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to BCTV.
Have a good night.